Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. In today's electric guitar lesson I'm going to teach you the intro to Night Train by Guns N' Roses. As far as the Appetite for Destruction album, this one's my favourite off that record, and I'm looking forward to showing it you. If you head to the first link in the description, you can download a PDF that accompanies this lesson completely for free with over 100 other free lessons with downloadable resources. You don't have to give me your email address, you don't have to sign up for anything. It's all there for the taking. I'd encourage you to go and download that ahead of taking this lesson, because I think just having it underneath your nose will help you kind of traverse through some of these little power chord shapes that we're going to talk about. Right, what are we up against? Just before we get into today's lesson, because I filmed this once already and forgot to tell you all, we're in E flat tuning today. So I've tuned all of the strings down half a step on the guitar. If you don't know how to do that, have a search on my YouTube channel. I've done a video that teaches you how to do that, but we're tuned down to E flat for today's lesson. Right, this is what we're up against. Without, he says. I'm sure there's loads of that kind of business going on as well. I'm using a Les Paul today and a Marshall patch on my quad cortex. We'll talk about tones at the back end of the video and how I'm getting that sound. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with a big fat A5 chord. Once again, you see how this says E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat and E flat. We're tuned down to E flat tuning. We're going to play an A5 power chord, and we're going to play it, and we're going to hold on to it so much so that it actually spills over into the next bar. Okay, so this A5 chord, we're only going to play it once because these notes are tied together. I call them washing lines, these. Its technical term is a tie. And what that means is we're going to hold on to this note and let it sustain over these two bars, and then we're going to pick it back up with this open A string here. So you play that. We're then going to play the open A string, followed by this shape over here, which is 7th fret on the D, 9th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B, all together using the index, ring and middle fingers. And you see how this spills over here as well. So you're going to hold it for a beat and then you're going to play it again. Now sometimes I'll play this with a down then an upstroke, sometimes I'll put two downstrokes in a row. I don't really mind which way you want to do it. But you got those two fellas, and then you're going to immediately bar those three strings with the index finger and play that little, it's like a little D chord. Now you're going to see lots of these in this transcription. It looks like a 7, but it's not. It's what we call a quaver rest. And what that means is that I want you to physically touch the strings of the guitar with either hand, doesn't matter which one, and stop the guitar from ringing out. It's a really big part of that sound. You see my hand move there? It's my chair, honest. So you've got... Practice that for me. Ba ba bum bum. Notice the space. We're going to add, after playing that 7 a second time, we're going to add another rest followed by moving that down 2 frets to fret 5. Pause the video, get that whole slide under your fingers. Moving on to the second line of the PDF. This is grandfathered in from these 5s that we've just played at the end of the previous slide, so this just carries on. Again, holding it for 7.5 beats this time. You're then going to play it 2 more times. Now what we're going to do at this point here, rather than keeping that index finger barred, I'd like you to, while just before you chop and change to this next one, I'd like you to move to your ring finger at this point specifically. And what's going to happen is we're going to need some extra digits further down the neck for this 3, 4 and 5, this little G chord that we're playing here. So I'm playing the same notes, but instead of with the index finger, I'm actually going to go with my ring finger. I'm going to play that twice. I'm then going to create this little ladder here, index, middle and ring fingers on the 3rd, 4th and 5th frets of the B, the G and the D strings. And notice there's another little rest there. Really common are these shapes among that kind of 80s kind of classic rock kind of thing. A lot of Def Leppard has this kind of stuff in as well. Now this is a power chord. It's an F power chord. So I'm going to use the 3rd fret on the D string with my index finger. I'm going to use the 5th fret on the G string with my ring finger. And then traditionally with power chords, you would tuck the octave in underneath that note, wouldn't you? Well, actually, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take this finger and sort of, it's kicked a leg out of bed. It's splayed out just a little bit because of the way that the guitar's tuned. We have to put that note over there, otherwise it won't sound great. It looks pretty cool as well. That you're going to hold on to and then move it up 2 more frets. Up here. Now let's just take this fella over here, and we're just going to forget about him for a second and just revise what we've got here. Yeah, just practice that for me. You then move up 2 frets, which feeds into, you've played it once, you'll play it again. From this point forward, you're just going to go to little dyads, that being 2-note power chords. So I'm going to bar the 5th fret with the gap in the middle, and see there's these quaver rests come back. We're then going to move down. I'm going to put my middle finger on the 5th fret and my index finger on the 4th fret to create this little dyad. And then I'm going to bar with the middle finger as we go 4 to 5, back to 4. There's a lot of this kind in this style of guitar. We then go down to the 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret. I'm not really bothered what fingers you use in there, as long as you're doing it in such a way where you're not going to give yourself any kind of like carpal tunnel or any sort of like, you're not going to hurt your hand basically. There's a couple of different ways to go about that, and I'm happy for you to do each way. So I'm sure you'd agree, like that's the whole thing, round and round and round. In fact, let me put the gain back on. So cool. I'm using my Gibson Les Paul today. Now this is actually one from around that sort of time. It's 1982 is this one. It weighs more than a small car, as any good Les Paul should. I'm using these are the original pickups in it. I think the Tim Shaw pickups, and I'm using the bridge pickup for this lesson. As I said before, I've got a JCM 800 Marshall patch in my quad cortex with an overdrive pedal in front of it. What I'd encourage you to do at home, just use a crunch sound, but then if you've got the ability to stack an overdrive pedal on top of it, that's the sound, okay? I'm using a little bit of reverb as well, just to kind of soften everything up. Now, as often I say in my videos, if you've watched any of my videos before, when I'm making guitar tones for classic rock, they should be fairly overdriven and your amp should be fairly wound up, but you should be able to hear the articulation of your G, B and high E strings. If you strum a G chord, can you hear the sparkle of the G, the B and the high E strings? If you can't, you're using too much gain and you need to back it off, and you make up for that by hitting your guitar a little bit harder. That's the sound. So don't forget to head to the first link in the description and get the tabs for this completely for free. It'll definitely help you get that under your fingers. And I'm well up for doing some more Slash stuff. I've sort of forgot about Guns N' Roses for a little bit, but I think I should study. I think I should go back to the drawing board. What Guns N' Roses think should I have a look at next? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon for another guitar lesson. Thank you so much for watching.